virtual, so we can visit no matter where you are. Find out more by clicking my icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. That's TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM, your ag information station, provides over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming on the air, stream live, and in podcast. Find out all the on-air and online platforms you can hear WTIM by going to TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back into our WTIM morning show right here on WTIM, your information station. I'm Tim Zalabak, your host of it, and thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. In studio, we have Brett Zerfowski, Director of Public Relations at Central Cremation Center in Forsyth. How are you today, Brett?
Oh, doing swell, Tim. How about yourself today?
Doing super well. Thanks for being in studio with us. We haven't heard from Central Cremation Center Cremation Center in our time here on the morning show, but we're happy to have you in, learning about all you guys do over in Forsyth. So let's start with that. What do you guys provide for the community?
So throughout the entire community,
Sweet.
Central Illinois and north and south, east and west of us, we provide the service of low-cost final arrangements.
Okay.
We do these little powwow sessions a couple times a month, and I always introduce myself. My name is Brett from Central Cremation Center, your original low-cost final arrangements destination.
Okay.
So we are providing the same service and costs that traditional funeral homes do, but we do it for a fraction of the cost of what it is that they provide, because not everybody can afford the costs of what the traditional homes are doing. So we've just kind of ventured out and done something different.
Sure. Really learn the why there as well there. Do you know how long Central Cremation Center has been active?
CCC started November 2021, so we're still in our third year. We haven't even successfully completed 3 years yet, and we are growing, building, expanding. It's been a real serious need in this area for our line of work, and people are certainly taking notice of that with the amount of calls that we get on a regular basis on the monthly notes.
I'm really glad to hear that the message has been being spread, because you're getting people at a time where it's probably one of the worst times of their lives, or it could be up there one of the worst times of their lives. So you're solving problems, you're answering questions, and you're doing it at a low cost. It seems probably like one of the most valuable pieces of this entire operation there. So aside from cremation, what kind of other services does CCC provide?
So we can do pre-planning, so we can have folks get everything in order for whenever that does unfortunately come around, whether it be for a spouse or mom, dad, somebody like that. It's something that we get a lot of husband and wives come in here, and their number one thing that they say is, we don't want to have anything left behind that our kids need to do. So you look at it in terms of the parental responsibility, if you will. They spent so much time making sure that the kid has clothes, food under his table, food on the table, a roof over their heads, things like that. This is just kind of like that last step of things that a parent needs to do for their kid, and that's kind of where this comes from. So as far as the pre-planning goes, that really puts that together. Yesterday, I can provide this story really quickly. We had a person called the office yesterday. We're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have somebody from our team answering phones when we're not in the office. Amazing. So it's not a call center or anything. But they said they wanted to get a pre-plan taken care of because they have a family member on hospice care, and things were starting to take a turn and look kind of grim. So, I made a trip to the office. I met with them pretty quickly, got all the paperwork finished off. They made the payment. And so, this was a daughter taking care of her father who was ill. And so that was taken care and done with. 2 hours later, we got the call from the hospice nurse that the gentleman had passed away. And then just as quickly as, they called us, we were on the road going to the home and transferring the person into our care and taking them back to our Forsyth location. So we're all over it. We have our hands where they need to be to make sure that these people are getting taken care of, and that the family is getting taken care of, more importantly.
making it smooth and efficient, and just being that silent factor and the common denominator throughout the entire process. It's probably just what you guys stake your mission on right there. So I really love the words so far on
Yeah.
that. You mentioned arrangements and how important those are to make clear. How valuable is it, and how often do you see those arrangements not made in time, and then you have struggling siblings and family members that are trying to get those together and not forget anything, and then all the funeral arrangements. So.
Exactly. One of the things that one of our owners, Tom Cantwell, likes to say during presentations is, the families in today's world are stretched so far away. Tim, you from Naperville, you're from up north. I'm guessing families up there, and here you are down in Taylorville, couple hours away here, and you got family that might also be living in other states or other parts of the USA. And so you're looking at it in terms of how can we even arrange to get people together? You got to drag kids out of school. You got to take bereavement time off of work. It becomes it's a struggle for everybody. Yes. And of course, it comes at a very uncomfortable time when someone has passed away, whether they were near and dear to you or just somebody that you saw at Thanksgiving and Christmas and maybe Easter, And so, the way in which our operation works is, with cremation, you have the ability to take care of a memorial service when it's more convenient for everybody. The cremation can take place. There can be an urn or something along those lines, whatever the container is wanted to be, and they can all get together at the next family reunion, or they can get together and have a celebration of life at their own time when it's convenient for everybody. So, in terms of just a service that we can provide, we can help steer people into knowing that this is not something that is going to disrupt everybody. It's just going to, be a couple of days, weeks worth of grief and so on, which is totally acceptable and necessary, but it's not going to put a whole big log jam.
Yeah. I think it'd be nice to have real professionals and real empathetic professionals on your side when you're at that really unfortunate time, and you don't want to be making decisions. You don't want to be scheduling and coordinating these events. You get into the hands of the CCC right there, and it's all going to be just a little bit easier for you. Before we go any further, contact information, websites you want to throw out there right now for people interested in this.
You bet, stuff. Tim. You bet. Yeah, our website is centralcremationcenter.com. From there, you have the ability of reading about us, the type of services we provide. I know I just hit really big, and obviously our name says cremation, but we are capable of handling a full service traditional funeral, taking a body in a casket out to a grave site for burial. We can do all of those things. We have two very qualified licensed funeral directors who can work with families to get that done if that is a desire. If cremation is not really in their mindset for what they want, they wish for the more traditional aspect, it can be done. So you can learn about that on the website. Plus, we also have all of the people who have entered our care. We have an obituary page. The family is welcome to write an obituary for them, and we, of course, share that for free onto the website. And then you can also book a pre-planning appointment on there as well. So you can find the day and the time that's right for you, click that into the website, and be able to know that somebody such as myself or one of the other members of the team is going to be able to meet with them and go over all the necessary information. And if they're ready to pre-plan, then they can.
Perfect. That's centralcremationcenter.com there. And that 24/7 support, that hotline right there. It surprised me to hear that. I don't know about other funeral services around here, but what is the main reason for having that open 24/7 with a real person at CCC?
Well, some places, if people pass away at 2:00 in the morning, it's just a part of life. And, you need to have somebody that you can call, and some funeral homes, when they close their door at, 4:00, 5:00, 6:00, they have the phones transferred to a call center, and they may not be somebody who is local, who is here, who has their finger on the pulse of what's happening. And so our owners decided they didn't want to do that. They know that there is a major inconvenience, if you will, that, if a passing does occur in the evening, late at night, wee hours of the morning, that, whenever that phone call comes in, somebody from our team is going to respond, and they're going to be able to try to arrange a time to be able to get to that location, to be able to transfer that loved one into our care. And then if plans need to be worked out and arranged, we can do that, rather than saying, we'll take a couple of notes, we'll forward this along to whoever is going to be able to talk to you, and then we'll go from there. So, the whole idea is much like it is here in your local radio. It's making sure the community is taken care of.
Of course. And this, you don't want to be dealing with an automated person during this time in your life. And you definitely don't want to be, select this number for this service right here. It's just something you don't want to do. You want to be dealing with a real person, like you said, a local person that just knows what's going on there. And you're all going to be met with that with Central Cremation Center. Brett Zerfowski in studio with us right now, Director of Public Relations at Central Cremation Center. Much more to talk about when we come back here on our WTIM morning show. Thanks so much to live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We'll be right back here on WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Could you use some extra cash in your savings account? Then you need to sign up for People's Bank and Trust Save by Spending Roundup program. I'm Jennifer Mathis from People's Bank and Trust. Simply use your debit card like you always do, and we will round up your purchases to the next dollar. The extra charge is then transferred to your savings account. There's never been an easier way to save. Call 888-PBT-1954 today to find out more. People's Bank and Trust. We put you and your savings first. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Advanced Eye Care in Taylorville wants to remind you that now is the perfect time to schedule an annual eye health examination for your child before the back-to-school rush. In support of Children's Eye Health and Safety Month in August, you can prepare your child for a successful school year. With a comprehensive eye health examination, Dr. Smothers Champley and Dr. Craig's will do a complete eye exam and offer a perfect fit in eyewear or contact lenses. Call Advanced Eye Care today at 824-4991 to schedule an appointment. Advanced Eye Care, modern eye care, old-fashioned caring.
Did you know that potential homebuyers put in higher bids on houses with new floors? Whether you are looking to sell your house or not, new floors add value to your home and greatly help the appearance. Hi, I'm Blake Richardson at Nykus Floor Covering in Taylorville. We have a large selection of flooring and tile to choose from, friendly staff, and expert installers to get you through the process as smoothly as it can get. We love our community and thank you for your support of our small business. Stop by Nykus Floor Covering in the Marsango Plaza in Taylorville. We would love to see you.
The Christian County YMCA is on the verge of something monumental. This is Bruce Blanchard, Executive Director at the YMCA. Our capital campaign is nearing its goal of $1,465,000, but we need your help to cross the finish line. Thanks for your support. We've made incredible progress so far. Our wellness center now features a brand new floor and cutting-edge equipment, and major upgrades are coming soon to our aquatic center and athletic center. Together, we can make a difference. Donate today at the Christian County YMCA.
Here's another lifestyle medicine message from Dr. Pavi Gill at Springfield Clinic, Taylorville.
With our lifestyle medicine approach to care, we value the power of social connection for health. Strong social ties contribute to emotional and physical well-being. Let our approach to care strengthen your social connection for health.
Book your lifestyle medicine appointment with Dr. Gill by calling Springfield Clinic, Taylorville, and improve your quality of life. Summer means it's time to be active. Taylorville Care Center can help you be active this summer with their great therapy program that includes medical care and private rooms. Find out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
With over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming weekdays and 2 hours on Saturdays, WTIM, AM, FM, and online is your ag information station. Listen by tuning in on air or online and listen to WTIM Ag podcasts anytime.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back into our WTIM morning show, this time with Brett Zerfowski, Director of Public Relations at Central Cremation Center out in Forsyth. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. Now, Brett, this is something I haven't heard about before, but it is something that Central Cremation Center offers. Pet services there. Mm-hmm. What do we got for our dogs and cats out there?
Maybe not just dogs and cats. Those are the two more common animals as pets, but hamsters,
Wow.
fish,
My goodness.
snakes.
Didn't expect that.
Anything that you consider a pet,
Hmm.
I guess, is something that is considered a cremation type of offering.
Okay.
But on our website, centralcremationcenter.com, we have a tab for the pets, even pet obituaries. We kind of laughed. We thought that was going to be kind of a little joke that we would make. But all of a sudden it became, why wouldn't somebody want to tell them about their favorite dog or cat or whatever, who like to play fetch or run around in the backyard or sit on my lap and be petted or something like that. I mean, for the grieving owner or family member, pets are part of the family too. Let's not just call them an animal and toss them in the corner. That's something, they need to get that off their chest. They need to be able to type that out or write it out and tell the story of the animal. And so where it kind of came from a little laughter is like, this is actually a real cool, good idea.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of them up on the website now. One of which is one of our funeral directors.
Okay.
She and her ex-husband had lost an animal together, and had the pet cremated, and she wrote up an obituary about it, and it just kind of was like the test case to see how this was going to go. And from then on, other families have started to roll in with pet obituaries and so on. And this service has only been active since about the end of July, if not the very beginning of August. So it's only been a couple of weeks now. The idea was to have this as an offering when the company opened up in November of 21, but the business just got so very busy, hot and heavy with the human side of things that they were not able to focus in on being able to work with the animals. So that just kind of got put aside, and now here we are in a position to where we can go forward with that. Here we are now working it, and so far it has just been dogs and cats, and people are welcome to either bring the animal to us. We can arrange for that. If it is an animal that is being put down at the vet or something like that, we will go to the vet's office to pick up the animal and bring it back to our care, or just had a text message from the boss in the group saying that he was responding to a Decatur call for a pet, so he is going to receive that. The pet cremations start at $150. They max out at about $400, and $400 is obviously for the pets who are larger in size. Our machine is capable of maxing out at around 400 pounds. Okay. Not a whole lot of pets are going to weigh that much, but for some people who have like a mastiff for a dog, those dogs go at about 200, 250 pounds. Those going to take, that's like obviously a human being to where you got to try to lift them up. That's like you and me together, Tim. And so, we're able and capable of taking care of that, as well as cats, and as we talked about earlier. So, the animal side of life is they're there whenever you walk in the door. They're the last face you see whenever they're saying, well, how come I can't go with you? And you want to memorialize them just as much as you would your own family, flesh and blood and so on. So of course, this is just our way of continuing that. And it is a fine service that we do for, and all the pricing information for the weight of the animal is available again at centralcremationcenter.com.
Perfect. Happy to know all that exists, for one, at Central Cremation Center with animals. And it doesn't surprise me too much that people were taking this seriously. That's part of the grieving process, even with animals. And they're writing the obituaries. I think they got something special out of that. So I'm glad they did.
I got 2 dogs myself at home. I personally don't claim them. The wife does. I didn't want any animals, but unfortunately, I wanted to be the only hairy animal in the house.
You begrudgingly love them, though. I know I know you're petting them. What's with this dang dog? And all of a sudden, it's on your lap. I know that's why.
And he's 90 pounds, so trust me, it's not an easy thing to overcome. But yes, I love my dogs. In fact, if anybody has been watching WAND television during the news, we have our pet commercial that is currently airing, and one of the animals there is one of my dogs, the Golden Retriever. And so also picture my kid in there running around chasing after him as well. So it's a very nice commercial, and just kind of lets people know more about that, as that operation is just now starting.
Awesome. Brett, we are in our last minute here. This one flew by on us, but just anything else you want to get out in terms of memorialization and just anything else with Central Cremation Center?
So, Tim, the big thing that we've been hitting on from our first segment was talking about the cost of everything. We don't shy away from our cost. We have a Heroes package, which is for our veterans. $795 for the cost of the cremation. If you're a regular Joe or Jane, like you and me here, $995. So a $200 discount for our veterans. And there are a couple of additional things that get added on to by the federal government and by the county in which you're in. But other than that, you're looking at a cremation being done for around $1,200 to $1,400, which certainly is nothing compared to the cost of a traditional funeral, which can be tens of thousands of dollars. Not a lot of people have that type of money, especially you and I who have worked in radio before. We know that.
Oh, we know it. We know it, Brett Zerfowski, and I really appreciate you taking your time here with Central Cremation Center. Thank you for being here with us.
You're very welcome, Tim.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Brett Zerfowski, one more time, Director of Public Relations at Central Cremation Center. Find them at centralcremationcenter.com for all their services. This has been the WTIM Morning Show.
Sudan's health ministry says heavy rains have collapsed